Hey, everyone, and welcome back. You know, I think a lot of us are really interested in finding new ways to deal with depression. And today we're going to do a deep dive into some really promising medication-free treatments that are making a real splash in the mental health world. I mean, we've all heard about antidepressants and, the downsides, the side effects. The cost can be a hurdle for people. So the idea of having good alternatives that don't involve medication, well, that's definitely appealing, right? So let's start with something you might have heard of, bright light therapy. Now, you might think of this as just for seasonal affective disorder, the winter blues when the days get shorter. But get this, research is showing that bright light therapy can actually be effective for non-seasonal depression too. And what's really interesting is that bright light therapy for non-seasonal depression seems to work differently than for SAD. It targets different parts of the brain, different neurotransmitters, so it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of thing. Think about it when you're exposed to bright light, especially in the morning. It's like telling your brain, hey, wake up, time to get going. It can help regulate your sleep-wake cycle and boost those feel-good hormones, which can be a big help if you're dealing with depression. And there are studies showing that bright light therapy can lead to a 40% remission rate in people with non-seasonal depression. I mean, that's pretty amazing, right? So how does this actually work? Well, usually it involves sitting in front of a special light box for about 30 minutes each day, usually first thing in the morning. And these boxes emit light at a very specific intensity and wavelength around 10,000 lux, which has been shown to be effective. And the good news is these light boxes are easy to find. They're pretty affordable, and you can use them safely at home. Of course, it's always a good idea to chat with your doctor to see if bright light therapy is a good fit for you. Now let's switch gears and talk about another groundbreaking treatment, vagus nerve stimulation, or VNS for short. This one might sound a bit more complicated, but it's showing incredible promise for people with treatment-resistant depression. So picture this, a small device about the size of a silver dollar implanted under your collarbone. This device sends gentle electrical impulses to the vagus nerve, which is this long nerve that connects your brain to different organs in your body. So you might be wondering, what does this have to do with depression? Well, the vagus nerve actually plays a key role in regulating things like mood, sleep, and inflammation, all of which can get out of whack when someone has depression. So by stimulating the vagus nerve, VNS can help rebalance these systems and lead to better mental health. It's kind of like giving your brain a gentle nudge in the right direction. And one of the most fascinating things about VNS is that it can actually change how your brain works over time. It's all thanks to something called brain plasticity, which is the brain's amazing ability to reorganize itself by making new neural connections. So when this VNS device stimulates the vagus nerve, it's sending signals to very specific areas of the brain areas that are involved in regulating mood, like the locus coeruleus. This area, it kind of has a role in releasing norepinephrine, which is this neurotransmitter that's really important for alertness, focus, and mood. And over time, this constant stimulation can actually make those neural pathways stronger and improve how your brain functions overall. It's almost like giving your brain a workout, helping it to build up its resilience and work better. And the results are pretty incredible for some people with treatment-resistant depression. VNS has been life-changing. There was this one guy named Nick who had been struggling with depression for years, tried tons of medications and therapies, but nothing seemed to stick, and the side effects were really getting to him. But then he found out about VNS and decided to give it a shot. After he got the VNS implant, things really started to change for him. He started to feel a real shift in his mood, his energy levels, even his whole perspective on life. His wife even said it was like getting her husband back, the man she knew before depression took over. Of course, VNS isn't some magic cure, and it's not right for everyone. Getting the device implanted does require surgery, and like any medical procedure, there are risks and potential side effects. But for people who haven't found release with other treatments, VNS offers a real beacon of hope, a chance for a brighter future. So now you might be thinking, all right, these treatments sound pretty promising, but where do they actually fit into the whole picture of treating depression? And that's a great question. For a long time, medication has been the go-to for treating depression, and it definitely has its place. But these new discoveries, they're opening up a whole new world of possibilities. They're giving people more choices, more control over their treatment, and a better chance of finding something that really works for them. And at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, right? Finding what works best for each individual. It's really important to remember that everyone's experience with depression is unique. What works for one person might not work for another, and that's completely okay. The key is to have different options to choose from and to work closely with a healthcare professional to figure out the best way forward based on your needs and what you prefer. But here's something interesting to think about. Could these medication-free treatments maybe even play a part in preventing depression in the first place? What if, by understanding how these therapies affect the brain, we could actually come up with ways to support mental well-being from a young age? Just imagine a world where we give everyone the tools and knowledge they need to nurture their mental health the same way we take care of our physical health. It's a bold idea, but these new discoveries hint that it might not be as far-fetched as we think. And remember, taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your physical health. So be proactive, stay informed, and don't hesitate to ask for help if you need it. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into medication-free treatments for depression. Until next time, take care.